Hello and welcome. My name is Zaffar Iqbal and you are watching the Mojo Story. With little over a week left for the first phase of polling in Gujarat, campaigning has reached its peak. Now, today on Monday, Rahul Gandhi and Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed multiple rallies in Gujarat. In his address in Sundarnagar, Prime Minister Modi said, now the Congress does not talk about development during elections. Instead, Congress leaders are saying they will show Modi his awqat. Just look at their arrogance. They indeed belong to a royal family, while I am merely a servant having no awqat. Rahul Gandhi urged the tribals to choose between the Congress and the BJP. He said the BJP does not call you Adivasi, but calls you Vanvasi. He said BJP wants you to stay in jungle and they want to snatch away your land. So those were sharp remarks by Rahul Gandhi and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So to discuss Gujarat elections, we're joined by an eminent panel. We're joined uh, by Maya Mirchandani, who is a senior journalist. She joins us. We are also joined by uh, Aqueel Khan, who's a political analyst. He also joins us. And also we're joined by Kartikeya Batra, research scholar. And we are also joined by Arshpreet Khadiyal, who is from the Congress party. And in the course of discussion, we will be joined by a representative of the BJP. Coming to you first, if I may, Arshpreet Khadiyal. Uh, Rahul Gandhi did not campaign in the Himachal elections, but he has sort of taken a break from Bharat Jodo Yatra and he has come to Gujarat and has started addressing public rallies. Why is it so?
Yes, thank you very much for the question. See, one, the Bharatiya Janata Party definitely has been campaigning a lot. Mr. Modi has not really been, able to do a lot of work with regards to development, with regards to governance, but definitely has been coming down to Gujarat and campaigning a lot. We, on the other hand, Mr. Gandhi, on the other hand, was, amidst the Bharat Jodo Yatra because we know it for a fact that there is massive anti-incumbency against the Bharatiya Janata Party and the people will be ousting BJP and choosing an alternative, which is the Congress party. I won't be talking much of the Aam Aadmi Party because they're not even in the picture. However, with regards to Mr. Modi, why is he campaigning so much? Why is the BJP campaigning so much? Because they know it for a fact that they are losing, that they need to work very hard, that the people have turned, have turned away from the Bharatiya Janata Party for the misgovernance. They have failed on education, they have failed on employment, they have failed on Medicare, they have failed on women empowerment, they have failed on law and order, they have failed on the bridge. There's not one good thing that the BJP has done. There's only fiascos.
But
That's why they are having to work so
okay,
hard on the campaigning. Just
okay,
10 seconds. Just 10 seconds.
okay, okay. You
Mr.
say
Gandhi,
that you say that there is anti-incumbency on the ground. Of course, BJP has been ruling the state for almost 30 years, and they are quite confident of victory and improving their tally from the previous election of 2017. But before I go to other panelists, let's play out those sound bites of Rahul Gandhi and Prime Minister Modi today in Gujarat.
કે જેમને ભારતની જનતાએ પદ પરથી હટાવી દીધા છે એવા લોકો પદ માટે યાત્રા કરી રહ્યા છે. પદ માટે યાત્રા કરે તો લોકશાહીમાં કરે, પરંતુ જેમણે ગુજરાતને તરસ્યું રાખ્યું, જેમણે ગુજરાતમાં માં નર્મદાને આવતી રોકવા માટે 40 વર્ષ સુધી કોર્ટ કચેરીઓ કરી, એવા નર્મદા વિરોધીઓના ખભે હાથ મૂકીને પદ માટે યાત્રા કરવા વાળાઓ, આ ગુજરાતની જનતા તમને સજા કરવાની છે, સજા. એક કોંગ્રેસ વાળા કહે છે આ મોદીને એની औकात બતાવી દઈશું, औकात. मोदी को उसकी औकात दिखा देंगे. अहंकार जुओ भाइयों, अहंकार जुओ, मोदी को उसकी औकात दिखा देंगे. अरे मां बाप, તમે તો બધા રાજ પરિવારો છો. હું તો એક સામાન્ય પરિવારનું સંતાન છું. મારી કોઈ ઓકાત નથી બાપા. તમે મારી ઓકાત દેખાડવાની. અરે હું તો સેવક છું, સેવક છું. હું તો સેવાદાર છું. અને સેવક કે સેવાદારની એવી ઓકાત હોતી છે. અરે તમે મને નીચ પણ કહ્યો, નીચી જાતિનો પણ કહ્યો. અરે તમે તો મને મોતનો સોદાગરો પણ કહ્યો. અરે તમે તો મને ગંદી નાળીનો કીડો પણ કીધો. બધું કીધું ભાઈ, તમે બધું કીધું. હવે તમે ઓકાત બતાવવા નીકળ્યા છો. અમારી કોઈ ઓકાત નથી. મહેરબાની કરીને વિકાસના મુદ્દાની ચર્ચા કરો અને આ ગુજરાતને વિકસિત ગુજરાત બનાવવા માટે આવો મેદાનમાં. આ ઓકાત બનાવવાના ખેલ રવા દો ભાઈ.
भारत जुड़ रहा है,
Okay, let's come back to our panelists.
हिंसा नहीं है, भाईचारा.
That Rahul Gandhi campaigning in Gujarat, this will indeed give a boost to the Congress party in the state.
Is that question posed to me?
I was asking to Maya, but you can answer that question. Yes.
Right. See, 100%, definitely. I just want to say one thing here. Mr. Gandhi was working on a bigger issue. Bharat, the BJP has totaled Bharat. That's why we needed to Jodo Bharat. He was working on that issue and not focusing on votes, not focusing on campaigning. When on the other side, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, left all his work throughout his time. He was 24/7 on campaign mode in Gujarat. This goes on to show that the BJP is not confident of their win, but Congress party is. And everybody should know one thing for a fact, that it was the Prime Minister of India who said that you be alert. To his workers, he said, be alert, be on your toes. There is massive undercurrent of the Congress. It is working at the ground level. And you must have heard of a famous saying, jo garajte hain wo baraste nahi, aur jo baraste hain wo garajte nahi. So therefore, Mr. Modi has said it. And if the BJP says that the Congress party, the spokesperson says that the Congress party does not have a good chances at winning, would he contradict his own leader? Would he contradict the Prime Minister himself? Would he suggest and insinuate that the Prime Minister lied to his own workers? Because if he said something, that is to be considered credible. It should be considered credible. And number 4, with regards to the Congress party, why would the people of Gujarat choose it? Because the Congress party is the only alternative. They've seen what the Aam Aadmi party is all about. What they have done to Punjab. The law and order of Punjab is in shambles. All their promises are due. The state of Punjab, that was known for its peace, known for its prosperity, is known for murders today, drug issues today. So therefore, the people have made up their mind to vote for the Congress, to oust the Bharatiya Janata Party, and to not even agree to look towards the Aam Aadmi Party, because they have seen what Mr. Kejriwal is all about. Smoke without fire, nothing more than that.
Yeah, Maya, if you can hear me, do you think indeed it will help to boost the Congress cadres in Gujarat? Rahul Gandhi's entry. Remember, there's Aam Aadmi Party which has been campaigning vigorously, but Congress has been on a silent sort of a campaign mode in Gujarat, not making much of a noise. But on the ground, we're told that Congress is a strong cadre-based party, and it's going to perform well. It may seem to be invisible at the moment. There's not much campaigning happening. It's only Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. But do you think that the entry of Rahul Gandhi will make a difference?
Thanks, Zaffar, for your question. I think there are many ways to answer that one particular question. Start with, I think that the BJP, even though it remains strong, is looking at anti-incumbency in the state. It's been in power now for a very long time. So naturally, there is a sort of fatigue with the ruling dispensation that the public of Gujarat will most likely have. And I think most recently, the Morbi tragedy has highlighted the sort of the gaps in governance and nepotism and the nexus between the political class and the business class in Gujarat. All those have been exposed in a sense by what happened in Morbi. So the BJP is, I don't want to say it's on a weak wicket, because that would be, I think, stretching it, but it's certainly having to, sort of make a play, a very strong play. And you see that in the Prime Minister's statements today. Coming to the Congress, I think uh, maybe one way of looking at what the Congress is doing in Gujarat is sort of in the sense of a reflected campaign. The Jodo Yatra has undoubtedly captured the public imagination. What it
Right.
intends to achieve in the long run is still a little unclear. But the fact is that the Congress is speaking of, uniting the country, skipping the, going past the politics of hate or polarization or division, etc., is a message that is resonating in some quarters in the wider sort of Indian electorate. Is that going to make a difference in Gujarat? I think remains to be seen. But the question you asked in the beginning was a very pointed one. Why has he not gone to Himachal and why Gujarat? Is it
Yeah.
because you feel that there is some ground to be gained by his presence in Gujarat? Also, there was a little bit of a controversy over his Jodo program in Maharashtra. So now going into the neighboring state might also deflect a little bit of
Yeah.
that. But all in all, I think the consensus amongst a lot of political watchers is that Gujarat is creating ground for a three-way contest. The Aam Aadmi Party has proven and has shown time and again that it has national ambitions. It's making headway in Karnataka, it's making headway in Goa, it's now got two state governments to its kitty. Are they going to make a dent in Gujarat? So, of course, they're a loud campaign. They're the new kid on the political block. They're out there. Everyone gets to see them, hear them, etc. Can the Congress regroup quietly? I'm not so sure it can, but I don't want to write off anybody at this point in time, because I think things are changing so quickly on the ground that it would be easy to sort of call it, but it would possibly be wrong to call it right now. So, I mean, to me, I think Rahul Gandhi's presence has certainly boosted the Congress. It's put them back in the fray in a public way. So if they were
Yeah.
doing stuff behind the scenes until now, I think it's evident that the people are seeing that the Congress is taking Gujarat seriously.
Yes, in fact, they've gone from an invisible mode to a more visible sort of a mode with the entry of Rahul Gandhi. But Dr. Aqueel Khan, you would agree that Aam Aadmi Party is mostly banking on the Delhi model of governance and populist slogans of Arvind Kejriwal and his party. Would those work in Gujarat? It's entirely different dynamics. Here, it's always been a contest between two parties. Now, the entry of a third party, is it really a strong force that can get a lot of seats, or is just a spoiler at the end of the day?
I am a the profession. So what Mr. Narendra Modi, if you see now him, he is facing the biggest challenge of his political life now, and he is very much fearful. It shows from his all the actions. If you see during the past 2 months,
Yeah.
before 2 months, they were very complacent. They were thinking, oh, everything they are doing for 7 years, that will be okay. But now, after entry of Arvind Kejriwal, the things change very rapidly, and it is improving continuously in favor of Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party. If you see the Gujarat model, 27 years, you will find one most important aspect, that is fear psychosis. They have developed, the BJP has developed fear psychosis among those rural people, OBC people, and partidars. They are only satisfying few elite group, and they are just concentrating on the cities, which is also now there are so many problems in the cities as well. There is big problem of employment. So Mr. Modi is very much fearful, and you see, it has never happened in the history of Indian politics that a prime minister has left Delhi to the chief secretary, and he has put all his team, chief ministers, central ministers, and all big leaders of Congress, of Bajpa, to Gujarat, and he is fighting a losing battle. What I think, because every day, the progress of Aam Aadmi Party is making them very much fearful, and they are thinking that now it is a time to put all out efforts to say. But the thing is that the basic things which Gujarat needed, if you go beyond 50 kilometers from Ahmedabad, you will find all those problems: bijli, pani, shiksha, swasth, rozgar, and Mahila Sashaktikarana. These all the things Gujaratis are facing, and they were not able to tell because there are so many places you will find this fear psychosis were developed by Modi, and you can see his body language also. He's always be showing like that. And apart from Modi ji, Amit Shah also showing that he's a very big short. I would not say, but there is a from the court, it has been very much made clear that he was a Taliban.
Let me ask Kartikeya. Let me ask Kartikeya Batra. The point is that it's very symbolic and very important for Prime Minister Narendra Modi and for the Home Minister. They belong to the state of Gujarat. It's very important for BJP and for Prime Minister Modi to show to be victorious in this state and to prove that its tally has improved from 2017 elections. In that sense, that could be another reason that we're seeing the Prime Minister vigorously campaigning in Gujarat. Tomorrow, senior leaders of the party, including JP Nadda and Home Minister, will be in the state campaigning in different constituencies. So BJP is sort of, it's carpet bombing, and they're bringing all the top leaders to the state to ensure that they go to all the constituencies and campaign there.
No, absolutely. So I don't think I disagree with any of what you just said. Gujarat is not just a battle for a state. It's a prestige battle for the top two people in the BJP. And what happens in Gujarat has effects not just for the national polity, but also intra-BJP politics, right? And you have to understand, Zaffar, that at this point, there are three players, as Mayaji mentioned, in Gujarat, and they're all running for three different objectives. And Arshpreet, forgive me when I say that. I think the BJP right now is fighting, keeping in mind what margin they want to win by. The Aam Aadmi Party is fighting to gain the number 2 spot in Gujarat. The Congress is fighting for a space somewhere between retaining the very impressive performance they clocked in 2017 and retaining the number 2 spot in Gujarat. Those are the fights. Those are the competing objectives, if you were to put it that way.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think that if there is a lot of anti-incumbency for 27 years of rule of BJP, I completely agree with that. If you go to Gujarat today, public goods provided by the government have been replaced by private markets to a very large extent. So many indicators Gujarat is lagging, right? But then there are mitigating factors. What are the mitigating factors for the BJP? One, will the Gujarati vote against the BJP, which is synonymous with Modi ji in Gujarat, while he is the Prime Minister of India? A. B. The way the opposition is constructed right now, you showed a very good graphic earlier, Zaffar, where you showed that it seems like the Congress has come down to 30% as per the ABP voter poll, and the Aam Aadmi 20%. That combined is 50%, which would have beaten the BJP otherwise. But it's not happening because the Aam Aadmi Party, as per surveys, is picking up 70 to 90% of its vote from the Congress's kitty, and the remaining votes from the BJP's kitty. So a divided opposition is helping the BJP retain power and probably clock a better performance than 2017. You wouldn't think, given that it's a 27-year-old government, given that it's a government where last year, sensing anti-incumbency, they changed the entire cabinet, including the chief minister, in one night. So they were sensing it.
Let's ask that Sawant Pandya of the BJP who joined us now. काफी लोगों का कहना है जो यहाँ पे विधायक थे पहले, उनका कहना है कि उनको टिकट्स नहीं मिले हैं, नए चेहरों को लाया गया है सामने। ये एक तरह की स्ट्रेटजी है एंटी इनकम्बेंसी को काउंटर करने के लिए। हम वडोदरा गए, वडोदरा में हम एक विधायक से मिले जो 5 बार चुन के आए हैं और अब उनको टिकट नहीं मिली है और अब वो निर्दलीय तौर पे लड़ रहे हैं। तो आपको लगता है ये एक तरह का टैक्टिक्स है एंटी इनकम्बेंसी को काउंटर करने के लिए बीजेपी की तरफ से? आप अनम्यूट कीजिए। Okay. Let me ask this to Maya. Maya, the fact is that many tickets have been given to new faces. It's perhaps a strategy to counter anti-incumbency. I met a legislator in Vadodara. He told me that he's won election 5 times on a BJP ticket. Now he's been denied a ticket and he's fighting as an independent. So those are the things on the ground. There is BJP is sensing that there is competition, at least from the Aam Aadmi Party and also from the Congress, which had got substantial number of seats in the 2017 election. They got 77 seats.
So, yes, I mean, I'm sure that, look, the BJP's election machine is sort of unparalleled, right? We know this. We've been seeing it on the ground well before 2014. They know what is working in each segment of each constituency. So I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that if the BJP has decided not to give old timers a ticket once again, they must be factoring in the anti-incumbency factor. However, does that what kind of impact will that have on the ground? It's really hard to say, because that you constantly hear of political turncoats during an election. They jump from one party to another if they've been denied a seat, and they end up winning from another ticket because the public recognizes them rather than the party. This happens as well. So the Indian voter can be quite fickle sometimes, and I think that's where we don't really recognize the power of the ballot as much. Whatever the party's own mechanics are in terms of determining who the voter is, I mean who the candidate is, whether they've been given tickets in the past, how many times they've won, is there a possibility they may jump a party, is there a better candidate available for that position? I think these are all hypotheticals right now. The fact is, they've decided, they've been in power for 20 plus years, 25 plus years. Things need to change on the ground, and they will do what is required to change it. As the panelist before me said, this is a prestige battle for the BJP. Can the Congress, which has done well in the previous Lok Sabha elections and the elections you mentioned just now, the 77 seats, can they actually increase that tally? I think that's really the question for the Congress. I don't know the answer to that with Aam Aadmi Party on the ground, because the Aam Aadmi Party was nowhere to be seen when they had those 77 seats. So what part of those 77 seats will go to the Aam Aadmi Party, or will the Aam Aadmi Party eat into the BJP vote? I don't think there's any clarity on that, Zaffar.
Yes. In fact, that's the question that many are asking on the ground. But Sawant, Pandya joined us. आपको हमारी आवाज आ रही है इस वक्त? जी, हम बात कर रहे थे एंटी इनकम्बेंसी सी। काफी जो बीजेपी ने टिकट्स दिए हैं नए लोगों को, हालांकि पुराने जो चुन के विधायक आए थे, मिनिस्टर थे, उनको टिकट नहीं मिला है। ये एक तरह की एक प्लानिंग है, जिस तरह के एंटी इनकम्बेंसी को रोकने के लिए, क्योंकि करीब 30 साल से बीजेपी की यहाँ पे सरकार है गुजरात में।
जी, पहले माफी चाहूंगा, थोड़ा सा देयर इज सम टेक्निकल इश्यूज, तो यहाँ से ज्वाइनिंग में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था।
अभी आवाज साफ है।
हाँ, देखिए, गुजरात का जो चुनाव है 2022, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि गुजरात का चुनाव कभी ये पहली बार होने जा रहा है, या आप 2012 में देख लीजिए, उससे आगे 2007 में देख लीजिए, फिर 2017 में देख लीजिए। तो जो एंटी इनकम्बेंसी का फैक्टर अगर होना चाहिए, तो एंटी इनकम्बेंसी वो टाइम पे भी होना चाहिए। लेकिन एज ऑफ नाउ यहाँ पे कोई ऐसा इश्यू नहीं है जैसा एंटी इनकम्बेंसी बताया जा रहा है। दूसरी बात है, यहाँ पे जो टिकट्स का जो सिलेक्शन ऑफ टिकट्स है, तो जो चेंजेस होते हैं वो चेंजेस प्रक्रिया के भाग रूप से भी होते हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पहली बार कैंडिडेट्स को यहाँ पे चेंज किया है। आप पिछले इलेक्शंस में भी जाके देखेंगे तो 30, 35, 40 कैंडिडेट्स तो प्लस माइनस होता रहता है। और बाकी जो हमारे जो सीनियर वरिष्ठ नेता है, वो वरिष्ठ नेता काफी सारे जैसे नेता थे, वो नेता को आप देखेंगे तो उनका काफी लोग का एज फैक्टर भी था कि और दूसरा फैक्टर ये भी था कि दूसरी जो जनरेशन सेकंड कैडर है, वो सेकंड कैडर अभी आगे आ रही है, जो फर्स्ट कैडर है उनका मार्गदर्शन मिल रहा है। तो ओवरऑल जो हमारे जो डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है बीजेपी के अंदर, तो वो क्या हो रहा है कि पब्लिक के पास हम जा रहे हैं। पिछले 27 साल के अंदर भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जो कार्य किए हैं वो लेके जा रहे हैं। हमारे कार्यकर्ता जो संगठन के हैं वो थ्रू आउट,
लेकिन सवाल है, अभी तक बीजेपी ने अपना मैनिफेस्टो नहीं दिया है। अभी तक जो बात हो रही है कि मतलब किन मुद्दों पे बीजेपी चुनाव लड़ेगी, अभी तक तो मोदी जी आए हैं या अमित शाह साहब आ रहे हैं, वो कैंपेनिंग कर रहे हैं, या कल तमाम बड़े लीडर आएंगे, लेकिन अहम मुद्दे क्या होंगे? जिस तरह से आम आदमी पार्टी का बिल्कुल साफ तौर पे कहना है कि वो फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी देंगे या वो नौकरियों की बात करते हैं, बीजेपी का मैनिफेस्टो कब आएगा और क्या अहम मुद्दा रहेगा बीजेपी का चुनाव में?
जी, बीजेपी का मुद्दा सबसे पहले विकास का था और बीजेपी का अगला जो आने वाला चुनाव है उसके लिए भी बीजेपी अपने विकास, सबका साथ सबका विकास, वो मुद्दे के साथ ही जाएगी। और जहां तक बीजेपी के मैनिफेस्टो का सवाल है, वो बीजेपी का मैनिफेस्टो भी आ जाएगा और डेवलपमेंट, जो सबका साथ सबका विकास सबका विश्वास, वही मुद्दे से बीजेपी आगे जाने वाली है पब्लिक में।
Okay. So yes, please.
I only have one suggestion for the Bharatiya Janata Party with regards to the manifesto. Since they don't have a manifesto as of yet, what they can do is they can use the last assembly elections manifesto that was used by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Since all the promises are due, not even a single promise has been touched upon. So I think the Bharatiya Janata Party can use the 5 year ago, the last tenure manifesto for this time also. And number two, the Mobi Bridge tragedy, it reflects the reality of Gujarat. That bare minimum money is not used for the commoners. Bare minimum health standard, bare minimum safety standards are not used for the commoners. But when Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister, had to come, a VVIP had to come, the revamping of hospital was done. This goes on to suggest the governance, that has been taking place in Gujarat. The priority has not been the people of Gujarat, the commoners of Gujarat. It has only been the VVIPs of Gujarat. And number two, the amount of focus that the Bharatiya Janata Party does on campaigning is because of one thing. They know it for a fact that they're losing. And if 10% of that focus would have been utilized in governance, in working, for the welfare of Gujarat, they probably wouldn't have had to face such, dire circumstances of being ousted, and that too winning such a short number of seats. And number three, the survey. A gentleman was talking about a survey that is showing Aam Aadmi Party at a certain place. Well, let me do a little fact check here. First, some internet surveys are taking place where not the voters of Gujarat are voting, but people on the internet are voting. So that survey has nothing to do with the Gujarat election. It is not really predicting any facts at all. Number two, there have been 3 to 4 surveys that were done back in the day, and a fact check was done with regards to that, and it was proven that they were a sham. So let me tell you one thing: that the Congress Party will take everybody, by a storm. All these political parties, whether it be the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Aam Aadmi Party, they'll be Aam Aadmi Party will not be accepted, and the Bharatiya Janata Party will be ousted.
Okay. Yes. Now, Maya, you want to come in quickly?
Yeah,
Yes.
I just want to remind the political panelists on the show of one thing. When the Prime Minister was campaigning in Himachal Pradesh I think 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, he made a very interesting statement. He told the public of Himachal Pradesh, don't bother with who the MLA is. When you go to the local, you're voting for me. Right? Now, the fact is that even in Gujarat, as one of the other panelists said, this goes back to the prestige, the point as well, not just the prestige point, but the fact that there is still a tremendous amount of public support and public, ardor, for want of a better word, for Prime Minister Modi. So I don't think the Congress can discount that, or the Aam Aadmi Party can discount that, because whatever the tragedies of Morbi, whatever the realities of nepotism and dynastic rule and the political industrial nexus and the poor delivery of governance on the ground, those may well be true, but none of it seems to dent public support for the individual, the Prime Minister. And if every state election becomes a referendum on the Prime Minister's own popularity, I mean, that's the nature of the political speeches in today that we saw in Gujarat. Prime Minister saying, "Meri kya auqat hai, main to aapka naukar hoon." Right? He's making it about him. The Congress falls into this trap every time. I just focus on your own message. It's got nothing to do with Prime Minister Modi. Focus on your own message. What
Right,
is the
right.
Congress's message in Gujarat?
Well, that's the important question. What is Congress's message? Kartikeya,
People first.
Maya raised an important point that it's always sort of a referendum of Prime Minister Modi. He said in a rally in Himachal that you don't really care for the candidate, but you just see the symbol and put your vote there. And here also, it's Prime Minister Modi. He belongs to Gujarat, and it's his popularity that they're looking at rather than anything else, and that's the trap that Congress always invariably falls in.
So there is a nuance there, Zafar. I will agree with Mayaji when she says that in Gujarat, but this varies across states. I'll give you a data point. 2019, when the BJP wins Lok Sabha, within the next 3-4 months, they lose Maharashtra, they lose Jharkhand, they almost lose Haryana. If you compare the BJP's vote shares in the Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha, there is increasingly a gap of 7 to 10%. Why does that happen? Increasingly, the voter understands that the Lok Sabha is where Modi ji is standing, the Vidhan Sabha is where the local leadership is standing, right?
Right.
You have two states going to the polls right now, Himachal and Gujarat. You couldn't have had a better contrast. In Himachal, a lot of rebellions happened within the BJP. There, the BJP's prospects will be dented by rebellion because there, the party symbol is not as important as it is in Gujarat. There in Himachal, independent candidates swing the elections on their own. That's one. In Gujarat, it's the other way around. Because in Gujarat, the party is so welded with the image of Mr. Modi, even if there is a rebellion, it just doesn't matter. You can stand for election and you will win, right? Because you are not Zaffar Iqbal. You are a representative of Mr. Modi. People are voting for Mr. Modi. That makes Gujarat peculiar. But if you look at state by state, it's not always the case. Look at Chhattisgarh. Look at what happened in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. And then 3 months later, after the BJP Congress makes that sort of the trifecta sweep, the Congress barely manages to win, I think, 3 seats out of 60 seats in these 3 states, right? So the Indian voter knows how to distinguish between the two, but Gujarat is a very peculiar case because the Prime Minister comes from that state. Hence, the referendum theory holds very well in Gujarat, but maybe not so much in states like, as I said, Himachal. Well, Uttarakhand last year was also another state where it became a referendum, right? But if you looked at other states, it wouldn't be always the case. So I think there's a very fine nuance there that one needs to understand.
Okay, Aqueel Khan, you wanted to come in and make a point?
You see, there's a saying that you can fool some people for some time, some people for all the time, and all the people for some time. But you cannot fool all the people all the time. 27 years, people was seeing alternative, but they didn't get any alternative of BJP. Now, Aam Aadmi Party has come as a fitting alternative to BJP. And you see, all those surveys, I don't have to say much because surveys we have seen in Delhi, they have given only 5 seats to Delhi. In Delhi to Aam Aadmi Party, but they formed the government. There are many instances. And now in Gujarat, they don't see any alternative in Congress of BJP. So only Aam Aadmi Party is there. And 2 months back, the BJP was very much complacent. They were saying, no problem with anybody. We are going because Congress is there and we can defeat them very comfortably. But now, after every week, every day, you will find the graph of Aam Aadmi Party is improving. And around 2-3 weeks back, the internal survey of Aam Aadmi Party says 63 seats. Now, it has been increasing every day, and that's why Prime Minister Modi is worried so much, and he has put, like in Delhi, he has put all chief ministers and all central ministers and all member of parliament to Delhi election, but they lost. Similarly, here in Gujarat, they have seen for 27 years the Gujarat model is failed. There is no only in the pockets they have developed, and they created a fear psychosis among the people, so that they will support them by hooks or crook. So Now people are seeing that Arvind Kejriwal has guts. He has delivered in Delhi and he's delivering in Punjab as well. So they have very good faith. There's full faith in now Arvind Kejriwal. What he says, he is giving empowerment to the ladies. He is giving support to all unemployed people, and he is giving bijli pani to all. That is the fundamental requirement of our country. If these four things are not there, everything is bakwas. But I would like to say. So apart from that, the most important issue is employment.
Other parties also promise such things. We saw that in Himachal, BJP also promised jobs. BJP promised 33% reservation for women in government jobs, cycles and scooties for college-going girls. But before I go to Sawant, Pandya, Maya, you want to come in?
Yeah, I just, the thing is, the Aam Aadmi Party has a model of handouts, right? Which is what has won it many elections. And I think there was a fatigue with this two-party system that the Congress and the BJP had evolved, certainly in Delhi, which is where I'm from. And the Aam Aadmi Party provided an alternative. The Congress has a strong message if it is willing to make it. Today, we're looking at, forget the governance issues actually, the politics of today is riven with religion and identity-based discourse. If the Congress is truly committed to Bharat Jodo, to unity, to an absence of hate and polarization on the political discourse, that's a very strong message. But, the Congress also finds itself having to maintain some kind of a balance on certain issues. I mean, you take the muted response on the release of Bilkis Bano's rapists, for example.
Exactly. Yes.
Why is the Congress not making that an issue in Gujarat? What is stopping the Congress party?
Maya, I interviewed Asaduddin Owaisi a few days back here in Gujarat. He told me that there is no ideological difference between, say, Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. He said that while Arvind Kejriwal doesn't talk about Bilkis Bano, the BJP has given ticket to the person who called rapists sanskari Hindus.
So, Zaffar, Arvind Kejriwal is not even trying to pit himself as some, he's saying, I will allow everyone to do their own practice of faith. But the Delhi government will run a Hanuman Chalisa. The Delhi government will provide buses to pilgrims who want to go to Ayodhya. Yeah. The Aam Aadmi Party is willing to play that game. The Congress is not willing to go that far. That's quite evident. But if the Congress truly wants to speak for a secular, equal India, surely when Rahul Gandhi is in Gujarat campaigning for the Congress in the Gujarat elections, the release of Bilkis Bano's rapists should be an issue. There was a national outrage over this. Talk to the women, for God's sake. Where is Rahul Gandhi?
Yeah, let's ask Arshpreet Khadiyal. That should have been an important issue if Congress believes in Bharat Jodo and sort of has a different point of view, has a different vision compared to BJP. Why aren't those issues being talked about?
One, I beg to differ with the panelists who said that the Congress party hasn't voiced its opinions. Every time there's been an issue, whether or not in Gujarat, we have always voiced our opinion. And number two, it was instead the Aam Aadmi Party, like I said before, it's smoke without fire. Mr. Kejriwal, indulged into a desperate times call for desperate measures kind of thing. He said that there should be some food, there should be pictures of deities on notes. Now,
I'm sorry to unmute myself and butt in. Arshpreet, 1 second. I'm sorry to unmute. This is a very specific question.
Just said that, and after that, he did not.
Yeah, basic.
He did not.
No, Arshpreet.
I'm not saying the Congress is because as a woman,
I kept on hearing everyone.
No, 1 second.
No,
all I'm saying is that it is Mr. Kejriwal who time and again shows hot and cold at the same time. May I just say, I did not interrupt anyone. I did not
Yes,
interrupt anyone. I
Arshpreet.
hope I'll
Please,
get
please go ahead.
60 seconds.
But the only small point that Maya is trying to make is that she is having a very specific thing about Bilkis Bano. That issue has not come up in
No,
Gujarat so far, at least from Congress.
no, I'm sorry. I'd beg to disagree with that because we have voiced our opinions categorically. Please go to the YouTube channel or go to Google and search for the Congress Party stand. It's been very, very categoric. And number two, it is Mr. Kejriwal that she has probably mistaken us for, who blows hot and cold at the same time. Mr. Kejriwal said there should be photos of deities on notes, and after that, one statement was made, and after that, it was left. Where goes the intention of the Aam Aadmi Party? Why did they not push for it after that? Because Aam Aadmi Party only wanted to say it for the sake of saying it, not to implement it. And this was nothing but to obtain some
But
votes. And number two, may I just say one thing?
do you feel there is actually a competition of the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat? It's a fight for
Not
number
at
two
all.
position between the
Not at
Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. Now that Aam Aadmi Party is in the fray, and it seems that Aam Aadmi Party will take away the voters of Congress. Congress has had a significant vote chunk in the elections in Gujarat. It's always been a bipolar contest, but now it's ended into a trilateral, triangular contest in Gujarat.
See, with regards to Aam Aadmi Party does not even come close to the picture. They are not even an option for the people of Gujarat because people of Gujarat are smart enough to compare. They have compared what the Aam Aadmi Party has done in Punjab. They have compared what the Aam Aadmi Party has done in Delhi. Now they talk of the education model. They say the government schools are the best, but Manish Sisodia's kids, they do not study in government school. They study in private institutions. They say we have world-class hospitals,
Aam
but
Aadmi Party has
when it
proved,
comes
sir,
to, may I
it
please
proved
speak?
the total there.
Please, I did not interrupt you. When it comes to hospitals, when Mr. Kejriwal's wife got ill, she was not admitted in a government hospital. She was taken to Max Hospital. So, it shows the double standards of the Aam Aadmi Party. As far as the Congress Party is concerned, see, the Prime Minister has said it, that there is massive undercurrent of the Congress Party. He alerted and he showed concern, with regards to his workers that, the Congress Party is going with a silent campaign. So actions will speak louder than words. Aam Aadmi Party
Okay.
and BJP are in for a shock. And as far as the people of Gujarat are concerned, they have seen that the Bharatiya Janata Party hasn't delivered on any of its promises, let alone the state government. Now Mr. Modi's image comes into play. What did Mr. Modi promise? 15 lakhs. Has he delivered that? It's been more than 8 years. He promised 2 crore jobs in a
Okay.
year. Has he delivered that? It's been
Okay.
more than 8
Let
years.
let
He promised doubling farmers' income. He promised,
Okay.
to decrease diesel petrol
Right.
prices. Nothing has been done, and the people of Gujarat will
Right.
answer it in the coming election.
Right. Let's go to Dr. Aqueel Khan before we have a final word from Maya. I hope we get the BJP representative back because we're losing the line to him. But please go ahead, Dr. Aqueel Khan.
I am engineer by profession. I say again. I am engineer Akil Khan. Now, I would like to say that everybody knows for the last 8 years, what Arvind Kejriwal has changed the politics of India. Because before that, people, all parties were making promises, and they were knowing that okay, we don't have to fulfill all those promises. After Arvind Kejriwal's arrival, the promises he made, he has fulfilled over the last 8 years. Whatever, more than that, he has fulfilled the promises. As well as in Punjab, he is doing all those promises fulfilled, and he is in the right direction. So people have got faith that what this person
Right.
says is right,
Right,
and he will fulfill what
but
promises he makes
Dr.
here.
Aqueel Khan, some would say that there are different dynamics in Gujarat compared to Delhi and Punjab. But we have got Sawant Pandya back with us. सावंत जी, हम बात कर रहे थे कि अभी जिस तरह से आम आदमी पार्टी
Fundamental problem the
कांग्रेस की
same.
बात
Because
कर
of
रहे थे. Yeah. Let me go to him because we're losing the line to him. So let me quickly ask him. सावंत जी, हम बात कर रहे थे कि आम आदमी पार्टी ने अपना उनका एक मॉडल है, जिस वो मॉडल की बात कर रहे हैं, दिल्ली मॉडल है जिसमें फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बाकी चीजें हैं. कांग्रेस का भारत जोड़ो यात्रा चल रही है। बीजेपी का हालांकि विकास एक बड़ा जनरल सा एक टर्म है, स्पेसिफिकली क्या है गुजरात के लिए? गुजरात में करीब 30 साल से बीजेपी की सरकार है। अब बीजेपी का क्या विजन है गुजरात को लेकर और वो किस तरह से काउंटर कर पाएंगे? पहले तो कांग्रेस और बीजेपी की यहाँ पे टक्कर थी, लेकिन अब आम आदमी पार्टी भी मैदान में है और कुछ इलाके जैसे सूरत है या बाकी कुछ इलाके हैं, वहां पे वो एक तरह से अपने पैर जमाए हुए हैं।
सबसे पहले देखिए कि गुजरात के अंदर वी हैव सीन सो मेनी इलेक्शंस इन पास्ट आल्सो. People of Gujarat have never accepted the third front. There are so many parties who have tried and participated in the election, but there was a fight between BJP and Congress only. It is clear, very clear. Second thing is the BJP is coming with the ideology of development. In past 27 years, people have seen that there is a connectivity of roads, development in terms of infrastructure, development in terms of drinking water, development in terms of health sector, development in terms of so many things. Therefore, people of Gujarat have elected BJP. People of Gujarat have time and again voted for the BJP.
Right. But you would agree that we met with some farmers and they have been complaining that there is a problem of electricity. But a last word to you, Maya. Do you think that Aam Aadmi Party and Congress Party, it's a trilateral contest, would this pattern break? The BJP, which is coming to power again and again in Gujarat for almost 30 years, ruling this state. And do you also agree that it's significant for all the three parties? For the BJP, it's very symbolic and it matters a lot because Prime Minister Modi comes from Gujarat, Home Minister Amit Shah comes from Gujarat. For Congress, they have to show that they are a significant force, they are not a dwindling force. And for the Aam Aadmi Party to show that it's not just limited to Delhi, Punjab, but it is a party which has a presence all across the country. It's a national party.
So, Zaffar, I think, that's pretty spot on. Will the Aam Aadmi Party be able to make an entry, and where will that entry be from? I mean, I'm quite sure that they'll make some gains. I don't know whether it'll be from a reduction in the BJP's kitty or whether it'll be from a reduction in the Congress's kitty or, just as independent. So we'll have to see how that plays out. It's, as you said, it's important for all three parties for all the reasons that you have outlined. But I just want to, again draw everyone's attention to this particular issue because it's also something as a woman, as a journalist, as somebody who's reported on violent crime against women, on political violence, this is something that really strikes at the heart of everything I would expect an opposition leader to be doing in this sort of battlefield of Gujarat. Now, the fact is, nobody is saying that, in fact, quite on the contrary, the Congress spokesperson perhaps misunderstood me. I said that the Aam Aadmi Party was quite happy to play the religion card. It's offering, free bus rides. You talked about the images of gods and goddesses on currency notes. Let me finish. I agree with you on that. I'm not saying that they are not playing that game. In fact, I said they are willing to play that game. The Congress is not willing to play that game. So if the Congress is not willing to play that game, and if the Congress is right now embarked on this Bharat Jodo Yatra to tell every Indian that they are equal and they are united as citizens under the flag, under the constitution of this country. Yes, Rahul Gandhi may have said that the Prime Minister supports rapists or, but what I'm trying to say is he's in Gujarat today. Congress spokespeople outside are tweeting on the fact that people who participated in the riots and in the massacres have been given tickets or are speaking at political events. Why is the Congress quiet about the one issue it feels so strongly about while it's on the campaign trail? That's the question I'm asking. I'm not saying the Congress is not saying anything in Delhi or in Bangalore or in Hyderabad or in Chennai. I'm saying in Gujarat, why is it not raising this? It's a simple question, Zaffar. We're not going to get the answer to this. You know that and I know it. So
last word to you, Arshpreet. Last word to you, Arshpreet, before we wrap up. Yeah.
Just one sentence. In Gujarat, our leaders said this. it is reprehensible, it is repugnant, it is revolting that an elected government in the world's largest democracy let these convicts, walk off scot free. Therefore, we, have clarified our stand. We are against it. We have condemned it, and we have condemned the Bharatiya Janata Party's government for its actions. Number two, with regards to the Congress Party's actions and words, we have always done what we have said. Unlike the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Aam Aadmi Party, and therefore the people of Gujarat would see it, and they have seen through the Bharatiya Janata Party. And the reason as to why I say that the Bharatiya Janata Party has failed in all its promises is because people have time and again been knocking the doors of the government. The government is not even there in its states. It's always on campaign mode. Even the state government, when there is an election in some different state, all the government, all the concerned ministers, all the concerned MLAs, all the concerned CMs are called off to some other state. There would be major issues pending, but they would all walk off. That is how the BJP functions. It's not people first. It's campaign first. It's votes first. It's their own people first, and then it is the commoners of Gujarat. And for the Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Chadda, while he was in Gujarat, he was asked this question during a conference. He was probably in Himachal or Gujarat, where he admitted inadvertently that हमारा मतलब तो सिर्फ वोट से है. That's what he said when he was asked a question.
But these are political parties. If they are more assertive and more aggressively campaigning, perhaps it's a lesson for other parties also to draw, because this is the time of social media and everybody has to be on the ground and more active. But that brings us to the end of our discussion. Thanks to all our panelists for joining us. Thanks for watching.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.